Hello, everyone, and welcome to Marie Green Yoga here on YouTube. And this is the 9th video in a series of 30 that can be used as a yoga every day, or however you'd like to use it, individually or lined up. Each and every session will kind of feed into its next. So we have done a lot of front and back of the legs and warming up our hips. And these sessions are also layered with Pilates Fusion. And today, all of that is going to come in very handy because we are moving into Pincha Mayurasana, which is the peacock pose, or also called the dolphin pose. And either it is half a down dog on forearms, or it might become an inversion all the way as a forearm balance. So that's where we're heading today, and I'm glad that you're here. So let's take a comfortable seat on a block or pillow, or however you'd like to sit, and we'll start by just sitting nice and tall and taking 3 Ujjai breaths together, which is slowly inhaling all the way towards the roof of the mouth, collarbones, roof of the mouth, however you'd like to fill up your lungs and your body. And then we exhale all the way down to the very base of the seat. So we'll do that and exchange the energy inside of us and around us. 3 Ujjai breaths. Exhale all the air out. Put your tongue into the roof of your mouth and inhale for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale for 5. Emptying the abdominals, and inhale for 5 at your own pace. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And opening your eyes and coming back to normal breathing. And let's meet together in child's pose and start our session today with hugging big toes together, knees apart, expanding the back body. Keep your block handy by that we will use throughout this practice. Big toes together, knees apart, stretch the arms forward and pull the belly button in. Take your forehead towards the mat and sink nice and deep. Lift the upper arm bone, spread the fingers. And one more breath here. Waking up into ankles, to knees, to hips, to lower back. And gently making your way up onto tabletop. Tuck the toes and arch the belly button in, and we'll come into a nice big wide arch of the spine, convex spine. And inhale, neutral spine. Extend out through the top of the head, tip of the tailbone. Pull the belly button in, press hands and knees and toes down, and engage the core from pubic bone to belly button to sternum. And inhale, long spine. And exhale, one more. Come all the way up into a big wide arch of the spine, expanding the back body from tip of the tailbone to the base of the neck. And inhale, coming into neutral spine, and tuck the toes under and come to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right heel down and left heel down. Lift the upper arm bones. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to come down onto our knees. And I would like to just show you like a little trick to keep engaged the entire time, especially for when we end up in perhaps an inversion, or just today. It'd be nice to just have the thumb and the pinky finger, putting the thumb onto the floating ribs and the pinky onto the top of the hips, and contracting the abdominals. So the whole space between hip bones, hips, and floating ribs. This whole quadrant right here. We want to create lots of space for the front and back of the spine in the lower back. And we want to hold this part engaged the entire time. So we have our thumb and our pinky on each side, and we'll just keep that nice feeling the entire time. So it's a nice little zipper from pubic bone to belly button to sternum. Full plug into the midline. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones. Take a walk over towards your hands, please. And inhale, long spine, feet hip widths apart. Extend out through the top of the head, bend into your knees and lift your sacrum higher than your lower back. And exhale, fold top of the head towards the mat. Inhale, unravel. Long spine, feel the four corners of your feet. Exhale, hinge and fold this time around, taking your hands behind your shins towards your Achilles, calves. And inhale, long spine, one more. And exhale, hinge and fold, taking your hands around your calves. Pull the calves up, shoulders away from ears. Plug the back of the legs by pulling the muscles up towards the seat. Top of the head towards the mat. And exhale, release. And taking your hands to hips, elbows to sky, root your feet. And come to standing and release the hands. Inhale, arms to sky. And exhale, hinge and fold, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, place your hands, step back, plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. And from here, lower all the way down, tuck your elbows in, widen your hands, come up on your high fingertips, unravel into cobra. Exhale, we're going to come all the way down onto our belly and make our way over for shoulder stretch on the right side. Kickstand your left foot back, come high up onto your toes, and pressing into the left hand and gently also supporting yourself with the left hand, but open up in towards the right inner shoulder area, biceps, pectorals, and making your way over to the second side, taking yourself over with your left hand out to the side, kickstanding the right foot, toes behind you, and a gentle hold onto your right hand. Inhale and exhale. A few more breaths right here. Really opening up in towards that right inner shoulder, outer shoulder, collarbones, and gently make your way onto the belly, hands by shoulders, and exhale, child's pose. Nice long arms, long side body from hips to shoulders to wrists, and then gently back up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, tabletop, pull the belly button in, plug the upper arm bones in, and come to your down dog. Walk your feet over to your hands. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold top of the head to the mat, hands to hips, elbows to sky, root your feet. Come to standing, release the hands, inhale, arms to sky. Hands to the side and interlace your hands behind you. Bend into your knees, roll your shoulders up and back, and hinge and fold. Top of the head towards the mat. Lift your shoulders away from ears. Take your arms up to the sky and open that space we just stretched into. We'll take it from above, from below, and open up in towards the front of the shoulders. Lift your shoulders away from the ears. Press the feet down and lift up at the same time. And exhale, hinge and fold. And exhale, release. Hands to hips and hands to the mat. Step back, plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Lower all the way down. And inhale into cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Exhale, come back down, push back, child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. And gently make your way back up, tabletop, tuck the toes, down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, press the palms. Step your right foot between the hands, high crescent lunge, squeeze the glutes, muscles of the legs together, take the arms to the front, pull the upper arm bones in and bicep towards ears. and sink nice and low. Extend into the back leg, come up high onto your toes. And hands behind the head, elbows to the front, lift the back of the head up and back and up and back, and pull the shoulder blades together on the back. Open up into the spine, into the chest, and exhale. Release hands to the mat. Step it all the way up into Virabhadrasana 3. Let's step up and take your left leg up towards the horizon and pull the belly button in. Hands can stay down onto a block. We want to hug the midline of the legs. Maybe we're lifting our arms up and taking them to the front for a full flight. Virabhadrasana 3. And exhale, release hands to the mat. Press your palms down and lift your left leg up to the sky. And exhale, step it all the way back and take your downward facing dog. Come forward to plank pose. Lower all the way down and inhale into cobra. Inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Exhale, bringing yourself back down into child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. And gently from here, back up, tabletop, downward facing dog. And pull the space from the top of the hips to the floating ribs together, full engagement. Left foot between the hands and come up into high crescent lunge, arms forward. We'll pull the upper arm bones in and then we'll take the arms up to the sky. Sinking nice and low, hands interlace behind the head, elbows to the front, lift up and back and up and back and up and back, and open up into the right quad, open up into the hips, open the passage from upper lower body, and exhale, release hands to the mat. And then from here, we'll step our way up into Virabhadrasana 3, where we bend into the standing knee and we lift strongly with the back leg, pull the belly button in, and perhaps the hands lift off. Maybe they stay on the mat. Inhale, arms to the front, and extend, extend, and exhale, hands back down and to the mat, and come up with your right leg tall into the sky. And exhale, step it all the way back and come to downward facing dog. Take plank pose and lower all the way down, and inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder, and exhale, come back down, push back, child's pose, big toes together, knees apart, and make your way over to tabletop and to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your right foot between your hands, and we'll come into a little bit what happened in our previous classes where we had Hanumanasana and our Parsvottanasana, which is really stretching the front and the back of the legs. Low lunge, take your left foot flat and right leg nice and straight. Both feet evenly onto the mat. Pull your right hip back and extend your sacrum, slightly unbend your knees, unlock your knees. And take your arms to the front and hinge and fold. One more breath here. And gently hands to the mat. Sweep your right leg up to the sky. Give it a nice big lift. Pull the top of the hips and the floating ribs together. And exhale. Bring yourself back down. Step your left foot between the hands. Come nice and low. Inhale and exhale. Extend the back leg. And gently from here, extend front leg. Slightly unlock into the knees. And long spine, pull your left hip back. And then exhale, hinge and fold forward, top of the head towards the mat. And gently from here, hands to the mat. Sweep your left leg up to the horizon and maybe up to the sky. Pull the belly button in, hold the front side, and exhale, coming back down. Step back to down dog. Come to plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra. Inner shoulder to outer shoulder. And exhale, bring it back down. Come to child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones. Tabletop. And tuck the toes, stay in tabletop, come to forearms. So now we have our elbows underneath the shoulders, not outside, but right underneath. Palms together, like prayer pose. Pull the belly button in, flush your forearms down, and come to dolphin pose. Walking your feet in. Here we are onto the tippy toes. Bend into the knees and shoulder shrugs. Flush forearms down. Inhale and exhale. And exhale and inhale. And again, one more. Upper arm bones in, upper arm bones out, warming up into shoulders. And then we'll come back down onto the knees and come to downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. To plank pose. To belly, elbows tucked in. To cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. And then we're going to come back down onto the mat and come onto our forearms. We are going to bring the palms back together and have elbows underneath the shoulders. This time we're going to tuck the toes. I think in the previous few videos we had our toes, that might have been in the Pilates Fusion, we had our toes flat. Now we are tucking the toes under, and then we scoop the tailbone, lift the belly button, and then we lift up into a forearm plank. And enjoy being here. Holding our forearm plank, flushing the forearms down and lifting the floating ribs up and closing the gap, like energetically, we're hugging the top of the hips to the floating ribs together. A nice strong version, holding on. One more breath here. And then we'll bring it back down, knees to the mat, and come to plank on knees and pull the belly button in, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walking your feet over to the hands. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Take your hands again around your calves. Pull the calves up and hinge and fold. Stretch the back body. Shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. And exhale, release hands to the mat. Take your one block, please. Put it the medium way, and we're going to take a little upper back bend fish pose onto it. So take your block and get it right below the shoulder blades. Upper, middle, back, the most kind of unbendable part of our spine, the thoracic spine. Hands behind the head, elbows to the sky, bend your knees, lift up and over, and up and over, and up and over, and up and over, and enjoying a upper supportive back bend. Now the head is supporting by the hands, and we are lengthening the neck by lifting the head up and away, and lengthening, and lengthening, and lengthening. Moving about onto that spine, onto the block. And one more breath here. Feet flat. We can stay here. Some of you are going to stay there for a few more breaths, and some of you are going to come along for a back bend for wheel pose to prep that upper body and the shoulders. We can stick onto the block, or we can stick ourselves into a wheel pose if that is in your repertoire of yoga poses. Palms down, fingers away from same direction as the toes. Pull the belly button in. Press hands and feet, come to the top of your head. And I like to come up on my toes, walk the hands in, and reaching up and stretching that front body fully out and pulling shoulder blades together on the back and igniting a little fire at the space where we had the block. And we inhale and exhale right here.
One more breath if you're on the block or if you have your arms straight. And exhale, tuck your chin and lower yourself back down, putting the feet down, hands onto the quads and bringing your quads away from your hips, lower back, and opening up into the lower back. And then from here, bring your knees into chest, roll all the way up and make your way back to tabletop, please. And take your block with you and we'll arch the spine. Pull the belly button in, engage your abdominals, but pull the belly button in and also bring your upper arm bones in. So this kind of is a little funky, but by engaging the front side as we go up to down dog, there we are a little bit more plugged in. And from here, come down onto your forearms with your palms together. And you can walk your feet forward, melt the upper arm bones in towards the upper back and get some nice good stability. We can walk one foot up to the sky and we can take the other foot up to the sky for dolphin, one-legged prep, and then exhale, take it back down and bring yourself all the way down onto the knees. Now from here, if you have a wall close by, I would suggest to turn towards the wall and maybe we'll do our forearm balance towards the wall if we decide to kick up. We also have a block and I'm going to use the block and put my hands on each side of the block. And then we have like something nice and sturdy to hug into the midline. And from here, I have turned my mat into the wall and we'll take the block and put it between the hands for a nice holding and grounding and rooting. It really does help to maybe even raise the core a little bit more up from the floor, if not lifting all the way up, which is not the goal, but it's fun to give it a try. So let's take our palms together on each side of the block. And from here, we lift our way up into our dolphin pose and melt the heart and shoulder blades together on the back and broadening at the same time. One leg up, we'll do a little test try and maybe we'll bring ourselves up into the peacock, the Pincha Mayurasana pose. Forearms onto the mat, hug the block with your hands. Feet together, spread your toes. And exhale, bringing it all the way back down. The same way we came up. And then we'll do it one more time. And this time we raise the opposite leg up and we'll see if maybe there's a lift off. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see how it feels. It's always a little bit different. Come back onto your forearms and walk your feet in. And this time around, take your non-dominant leg up for your one-legged dolphin pose. And maybe there is a levitation up, feet on the wall or feet together into the air, closing the gap between your floating ribs and the top of the hip energetically and rooting and grounding with your block. And hold on for a few more breaths right here. And then we'll come down the same way that we came up. And the mind is going to play all kinds of tricks on that up and down. And from here, arrange your mat back and come to child's pose, please. Big toes together and knees apart. First, we stretch the arms all the way out, press the palms down, and then we'll bring the elbows to the side and we'll come back into a nice, relaxing, and non-holding pose where we're being supported from below and letting our back and our abdominal muscles and the shoulders take a rest. And we inhale and exhale right here. Make your way into tabletop and into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the upper arm bones, walk your feet over to the hands. Ragdoll, feet outer hip widths apart, bending into the knees. Long side body. Top of the head towards the mat. letting it stretch out from hips to shoulders to elbows. One more breath. And then we release the hands, heels in, come to Malasana, and releasing the whole spine. Hands behind the head, releasing the upper back bend. Chin in towards the chest. Back of the neck is nice and long. And gently release the hands and come down to a seat. Stretch our legs forward for Pachimottanansa with our inner thighs wide back and apart. So we're sitting onto our hamstrings, arms to the sky, rib cage in, hinge and fold forward, hands to the outside of the feet. Long spine, exhale, hinge and fold for your Paschimottanasana. Hands on the feet, lower legs, elbows to side, letting the neck stretch out, the spine, the seat, the back of the legs. And gently extend back up, and we're going to come and roll our way down, hands by hamstrings, bend your knees, come all the way down onto your backs, arms to the side, windshield wipe your knees side to side to side. And then from here, we're going to take our legs and come to a supine twist, feet together, right leg high up onto your left. Lift your hips and tip yourself over with your knees to the left side and get a lower back, side of the waist, full twist for the spine. Left hand can come to the top right in quad and get a little extra help to stretch in if needed to the right lower back. And exhale, release, come to the center, press the feet down, left leg high up onto the right, press your right foot down, come over onto the right side, and lift up and over, and taking your right hand onto the left base of the femur hip area, releasing into left lower back. And release and undo legs and come all the way back onto your back, knees to chest. Happy baby pose, arms inside the legs, hands outside, and sacrum down, knees side to side. Massaging sacrum, SI joint, lower back, movement into hips, and then we'll hug everything in towards the chest. Head towards knees, squeeze everything you have, expand the back body, hug the front, and exhale, release. Make your way out onto Savasana. Full form, press the head, adjust the shoulder blades, and letting all parts from toes to fingers to top of the head be nice and passive and relaxing. Palms are facing up, fingers are curled. There might be a little new area in the upper back that feels more open after being on our forearms and melting into the upper back and broadening it at the very same time, staying strong in the front side and moving legs with hips. Please stay here as long as you like before we meet up for our 3 Ujjai breaths and a short meditation. And coming onto our seat, hands onto the knees, pulling the ears back, and from here letting our chin come down towards the sternum, nice and tall into our spine.
And slowly moving the breath to the very top of the collarbones. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And one more time, inhale. And exhaling. And coming into a quiet place where we are simply sitting into the energy that we created for ourselves. Letting all the little pieces that we moved around fall into its right place. Relaxing shoulders, all the muscles. Staying as long as you'd like. I want to thank you for joining me today for this 9th session of our yoga for 30 days, individually or in a row, however you would like to. I am grateful that you're here, and I hope you enjoyed your practice into Dolphin and Pincha Mayurasana. Namaste, and I look forward to seeing you into our next session. Thank you.